Hey, my squad, welcome. Let's make sure the notification went out, the sound is working, and I'll get into what I'm doing today. So, let's see here. Boop-a-doo, ba-doo-ba-doo. Okay, notification went out. Of course, I'm going to get an ad. Today, excuse me, guys. Today is just, oh, I'll get into that in a minute. My day is off today. And there is a reason why. But, okay. So sound is working. So, today I'm working on The Golden Valley by Chuck Penson. I'm working on this for the Ticket to Ride, which is that we only got about a few more weeks of that. I'm also doing this for Year of the Horse. But yeah, today is just not my day. My day has been thrown off, and I know I'm gonna probably tick and piss off some sports fans here in a minute. But God bless it, fucking March Madness can go to hell somewhere. That has fucking ruined my day. I usually follow a schedule of I can lay there and rest while waiting to get set up for live. I have certain TV shows that come on, and because of this stupid fucking March Madness, which they could put that on fucking ESPN, it has thrown my schedule off today because none of my regular TV shows came. Well, one of my regular TV shows came on, but after that, it was like everything was freaking. I'm like, oh my god, I digress. On a channel note, I did get 3 videos posted. Actually, they went out for the channel members right now. One of them drops tomorrow for everybody else, and the other 2 drop Sunday and the following Sunday. There are hopefully some more videos to come. I just had an errand I had to run yesterday and was too tired to film last night. So I didn't get anything filmed yesterday. But I was able to, I had some in the pipeline, just ready to be posted. So I got them posted. Hopefully I haven't. Hopefully it's coming soon. I gotta check shipping. I do have a package coming from a company that reached out to me and wanted me to product test for them. That I'm not sure if it's reached the US or not. I know it had left the country of origin that it's being shipped from. So now I'm just waiting for confirmation from US. I think it's coming UPS. I don't think it's coming USPS. I'm just waiting on that. So yeah. I'm kind of hoping I may have a few other unboxings I can do as well. But this one I have its own dedicated video because the company actually asked me to product test for it. And I am super excited to do that. Yeah, we're nobody cutting grass. It was that car going by. I did too there for a minute. Me and Mom heard this car going by. We thought it was grass cutter at first. Today is actually the first. It's actually the day. They say it's the first day of spring. It's actually astronomically the first day of spring. Meteorological spring was back on the 1st of March. So, but you wouldn't know it because Mother Nature is giving us winter weather, not spring weather. Oh my God. Me and Mother Nature are gonna go 50 rounds. We were in the 30s yesterday, dropped down to 28, 29 last night. And today we're back up in the 40s. I'm like, geez, ew. You know, what they call that, perfect pneumonia weather. You know, but I digress. Not exactly sure how long I'll stay live today, guys, because I am tired. Yesterday was a long day. I had an errand to run. I have an errand to run possibly tomorrow. I'm still waiting on confirmation of that to make sure it still is going on tomorrow. But we'll see. We shall see. Hope everybody's doing okay. Excuse me. I'm gonna push as long as I can today, though, guys. If I get quiet during the live, I'm sorry. You know, I zone out sometimes and forget that I'm on live. I don't mean to, but it happens. But anyway. So. Oh my gosh. And my sinus is going to act up again. That's only because things are blooming out. You know. If it ain't dying and drying, it's, you know, blooming out and looking all pretty. So today I decided I was going to switch pins, and I'm using one that was gifted to me by Sandy Chan. This one actually has screw-in tips. So I'm using the angle placer and a 6 placer today. So which, let's see. Finally found my pins that went MIA off of my desk. They had just fallen down beside the desk, like I thought. So I found them the other night. This being one of them. You know. So I'm also working on reorganizing my spare drills. I'm waiting on one more thing to come before that's fully um, at least my rounds. I don't have a setup for my squares yet. Um, but I am working on that one as well. So, and I'm probably going to set it up the same way I set up the round. I don't know. Not unless when I get what I'm waiting for comes, I can put my rounds and my squares together, in the same setup. I don't think I'm going to be able to because, I know some of the DMCs, like the 38, the 30, like the 3000s, um, we have a lot of colors in some of those, and I think it's the 900 DMCs. I think we have a lot of as well. So it's kind of hard to put them all together, but um, I don't know. I actually fixed. I gotta figure this out. So um, I actually need to measure the height of the bags that I use for my DMs, the spares, and look about storage bins for them. I may do that when I get off the live today. Or then again, I may actually switch size baggies too. I may do that. I may switch size of my baggies. I may go down to a smaller baggie. And do the storage. Get the storage containers. I don't know. I digress. I really digress right now. Making sure that's all the keys. Do you see a number I missed though? Because I know I just done that one. I just done that color, so dippy doo. There we go. But yeah, so let me angle my camera down just a tad. There we go. Now y'all can see me. Oop, drop my pen. No. But yeah, so that's my thinking on that. I don't know. I gotta do some research on how I want to store it. So, but I'm kind of thinking I like the bag system, but I need a better I'm using a cardboard box right now, so I'm using an Amazon box that I cut down and hot glued cardboard dividers in. So yeah, I think I need to upgrade just a tad. I do have bottles, but I just don't have I don't have storage for them. Now, if I can find something that the bottles will fit in, some drawers that they will fit in, then I could go that route. It'll be okay. Um, but considering we have close to we have 400, I believe it's 447 DMC colors that most companies use, and then Diamond Art Club has some colors that they're specifically added from them. It's just they're the only ones that have it. Like the six thousands. Which actually I think I had a canvas that had a 6,000 color on it. And it blew my mind because I was thinking, okay, maybe this is a special, but no, it wasn't. It was the one of the new DMCs that they had added. So that's why I do the baggies, because it's easier to keep them. Yeah, I think I'm going to redo the baggie system probably. Because the bags I use are kind of big, so I may need to go down in size on the bags. But that's okay. I can order that really easy from Amazon. Considering I did participate in a it's, oh god, what is it called? Like testing out a app, and I got paid for testing it out. So I have that money sitting over there, and I should be able to use that on Amazon to order what I need. And other stuff. So I'll do that later. I was trying the rings, using the ring, the binder rings, But that was actually getting a little cumbersome when storing it and everything. Yeah, it just was a little too much. So I have my cardboard coming to go in my bags. I just need to measure my bags and find deep enough storage boxes that are going to hold them. Then I need to, because I store my spares, of course, in DNC order. So then I would need enough storage boxes that are going to hold the 100s, 200s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6, so on and so on. So I need to look up that and get that all squared away. I really don't want to have to go the photo box route, because then I got to put, dividers in, that gets a little tricky, because then you got to get the foam board and all that. So, and I looked up on Etsy about buying one of those systems. Those are expensive. They're really, really expensive if you buy one, versus making it yourself. But it can get expensive either way for storage systems. I mean, I could go and actually get the storage containers that hold the bottles. I might look up that. I may look into that, because sometimes you can get those really cheap. And sometimes you can get them, they're stackable. So you can get like them, whatever, but I need enough that's going to hold at least we're looking at Alexa, what's 447 plus 447?
447 plus 447 equals 894.
So yeah, you're looking at, you need 894 to store both rounds and squares. So yeah. So I need something that's going to hold that amount, So that's why I was saying the bags are a little bit easier, because you can get a lot more in a space, So I don't know. I'll have to look into it and see what I want to do. But and plus the bags, you can get a lot of into one of the bags, so that's the other perk about using the bags. They'll actually hold more drills than the bottle does, or a Tic Tac container does. Because I do have Tic Tac containers somewhere too. Yeah, they may be in the, I don't know, they may be in that bag with the with the round containers. I don't know. I'll look into it later and I'll get it all straight. But I really need to get my spares straight. I mean, I have spares everywhere. So it's a project I need to sit and work on one day. So what I'm trying to do is I need to get, my sections done for progress this week on my canvases for the events. And then I can actually sit and focus my I poked myself in the nose. Ooh. I can sit and focus on other projects I want to work on, getting my spares and everything straight. So because I have FOMO, I do not throw away any spares unless I cannot color match it. Now, if I can't color match it, then yeah, I'll toss it out. So, but if I can color match it, I have a DMC for it. I keep it. Hence the reason I probably got 10 or 11 bags, kind of big bags of 310. And that's just my rounds. I'm not sure how much I have in my squares because I don't have a lot of square drills. Because I haven't done a lot of square drill canvases. I've mostly done round drill canvases. So, but yeah, so I do have a collection of the 310 in rounds. Just saying. Yeah. So there's a joke about me and 310s not and 310 and 939 are the ones that I do have a lot of those. That me and 310 and 939 are not friends. And that comes from when I was doing a canvas and I had like 6 huge bags of 310 in that canvas. I was like, yeah, I'm so over 310. I kind of have the same relationship with 5200 as well and 3865. Because I had a canvas I did that most of the background was 3865 or 5200. So like, yeah, okay, you're going on that list with the 310s and the 939s. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Nope, I missed a whole section. See, there I go, not paying attention, and telling you, my day is off today. When my schedule gets out of whack, it throws my brain into a loop de loop. So it's cray. Okay, so It's really coming out nice. But I'll actually be able to eventually get to a part where I'll be able to put this on the, I could put it on the easel and drape over the back. What's wrong, Corona? You're over there making crazy noises. But it is what it is, I guess. Let's see. What am I doing? I had tacos for dinner last night, so I got some leftover in the fridge. So I think that's probably what I'll do for dinner tonight. Eat another roll of a good old street taco. I get the street taco tortillas, soft tortillas, because I'm not a crunchy taco person. I love soft tacos, and I just basically put the taco meat, sour cream, and cheese on mine. So I don't do all that lettuce and tomato on mine. I mean, sometimes, but when I do tomato, I get canned tomato. The canned tomatoes. I don't do the fresh tomato. But most of the time, it's just cheese, the meat, and sour cream. So. I just do a bit of little hair on the. Oh, these are my ones from the rafter. There you go. So yeah, that's probably what I'll do tonight. It's one of those, I really don't want to cook a lot tonight, so what's left over from last night? It's a find what you can find and eat at night. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna push as long as I can, guys. When and get as much done of this section on live as I can. Like I say, it's just one of them days where yesterday I was doing a lot of running around. I have a lot of running around tomorrow. Possibly tomorrow, I don't know. It may not happen. I gotta check the what was going on on the community post and see if it's still gonna happen or not. Something our town is hosting. It was supposed to be Monday, but we had a monsoon of rain on Monday, and, so they had to cancel it, and they were supposed to reschedule, I think, for Friday, tomorrow, but that said it was, they were trying to rebook for tomorrow, for the 20th. So I don't know if it actually was able to be rebooked, but if so, I'll be doing that tomorrow. But anywho, okay, so we're not quite at, we're just over half an hour. Okay. Oops, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. So hopefully I'll be able to sit down this weekend and get some more videos filmed. I have all my notes, show notes that I want to use for them. I just have to sit down and film them and then edit them. That. It's, finding time. When I wasn't feeling good those few weeks, I got a little behind on things, and I hate when I put drills down and they don't go where I want them to go. So when I got behind on my, content video creation, so, but, even though I wasn't in the best state of mind at the time, I still was able to keep my live streams going, so that actually kept content on the channel, via the lives, because our lives go to replay, when, so they go to, video replay when we, sign off of them. I'm telling you, I think that's a little female. That's the one I'm telling you about. Yeah, if she sees you me watching her, she runs. She's pretty. like him almost. She's a lot more gray. Hers is gray. It's not as dark as him. Yeah. Yeah. We have another stray cat around. So she's a little cutie. I think it's a little girl. It looks like it might be a little girl. Not sure because we can't get close enough, and it spooks really easy. But, so this section's coming out nice. I've gotten part of the house, the cottage done, part of the roof, and then I got this. I'm working on a little part of the roof here. So we'll eventually be to the horses soon. They're coming. They're coming, but it's just taking time to get to them. That's the thing with the Chuck Penson. They're huge paint. Well, we can get the little smaller ones on Amazon, but through DAC on Amazon. But this one is 93 by 70. It's really nice. So I've actually been having fun doing this one. I was apprehensive at first of doing this one. I've had this one it's been in my stash. It's probably been in my stash 3-4 years. It's just I kept telling myself if I do it, I'm gonna have to dedicate a whole year of my life to it. And I kind of am because it kind of worked out with Ticket to Ride and Year of the Horse. So with Ticket to Ride, it fit the criteria for that because I tied it to an actual real life event in my life. It's a tradition. Was a tradition in our family to go hunting for deer and to make a deer roast for the holidays. So that's how I tied it to the cuisine part. Yeah, I'm gonna make it's almost 3 o'clock. I'm gonna make the rest of my tacos. Are you using are you frying them or are you putting them in the microwave? If you do them in the microwave, remember you did them on 2 minutes last night. Well, you have a whole nother pack in the freezer too. All right. Well, you did them on 2 minutes last night. In the microwave, yeah. Hold on, I'll be right there to help you. I'll be right back, guys. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. I went to help Mom with something. Oh gosh. So, put my pen back behind my back. My heating pad because my back hurts a little bit. There we go. But yeah, so let's see. We're almost working on close to an hour. Like I say, I'm gonna work on this section as long as I can. Oh, I'm still on my live stream. Oh, you're fine. But anyway, I'm trying to get as much done as I can. See, I will be live both Tuesday and Thursday next week. As far as I know, I think. I'm thinking I will be live both days. As of right now, I believe I'm live both days. But if things are subject to change, I will post out on the community tab and on the Facebook group. You know, so. But as of right now, I believe I'm live both of those days. Oh, I don't know. It's one of those, you know, your brain is going 50 million miles an hour in like 25 million directions. You know. Without looking at my calendar, I can't tell you, if I have anything else planned or if it's a normal go live stream day. Now, as for what I'll work on, I don't know yet. Because I'm actually going to try to get a lot of diamond painting done this weekend. Just trying to get some progress on this one for Ticket to Ride. As for Year of the Horse, I still have time before I have to post a progress pic for March. I still got some time on that one. So this section must be a tree, I think. Or part of a tree. This was reminding me of. And the mountain, there's still the mountain behind it too, so. But anywho's. I'm going to try to get this section done today. That way I can post progress this week. I need to work on Alice in Wonderland as well. So I can get some progress posted on that for Mermaids and Magic. I may have enough progress. I don't know. Can't remember if I worked on that the other night or not. That's how brain dead I am right now. I mean, for this to be have a lot of confetti, the confetti works up pretty quick in a section. Do what? If it wasn't for March Madness, we'd have had, CBS. No, I said if it weren't for March Madness, you'd still be watching CBS. I said if it weren't for March Madness, you'd still be watching your shows on CBS. But no, they got to put March Madness on. Oh my God, that's what I just said. If it wasn't for March Madness on the other channel, you'd have been watching that channel. Oh my God, you got a remote there. You can search for yourself. Jesus. Yeah, so I digress with the March Madness crap. I don't, and I don't even want to make people mad when I talk about it, but it's fucking stupid. Basketball is stupid. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's college, professional, high school, what it is. It's basketball is a stupid game. But it's my channel, my opinion. It's how I feel. I'm entitled to my own opinion. And my opinion is basketball is a stupid sport. It's just like golf, basketball, even football nowadays. You know, um, and baseball. I mean, they're boring sports. I mean, anymore. I mean, the only thing with NASCAR is there's the adrenaline factor. So, yeah, no, I'll probably make some sports fans mad, but oh well. If you get mad over that, that's you, not me. I'm allowed to have my opinion. Guys, give me 1 second. I will be right back. Sorry about that, guys. I had to go to the little restroom. I am back. Sorry about that. But yeah, like I was saying before I left, I know I probably ticked some sports fans off, but it is what it is. I'm entitled to my own opinion, and that is my opinion on sports. It's stupid. You got these sports channels like ESPN and all them. Why they got to put sports on other channels and take off normal TV programming just for some stupid basketball game. So or fucking golf. They do the same thing for golf. Baseball and NASCAR don't do that. They air on the sports channels. But yeah, I moved everybody over one. Oh, because I emptied a container. All right, it's easy to move it right over. I mean, that's just my opinion. Like I say, I'm entitled to that. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and that's mine, so. Just like the whole, e-pin. I think that's a waste of money. I really do. I mean, I get the concept of it, what it's for, but I still think it's a waste of money. I mean, you can't really multi-place. I mean, yeah, there are some multi-places out there, but I heard some of them really don't work. I mean, yeah, it's okay if you're a single placer or whatever, but I'm a wax and putty girl. So I like my waxes and my putties. I've never tried glue dots yet. That's something something I'm thinking of looking into trying. But yeah, I'm like, the whole e-pen I think is a waste of money. Again, that's my opinion. Other people actually like it. But me, no. And I've actually had who was it? Art Dot reached out to me to want me to try theirs, and I turned them down because I'm not an e-pen person. I don't like it. I like the satisfaction you get from the hearing the sound when you're putting in. Yeah, it's 3:15. Yeah, she's late today. She's later than normal today. But anyway, I don't know either. I can't, where I'm sitting, I couldn't tell you. I said where I'm sitting, I can't see her either, so I couldn't tell you. But yeah, I'm like, no, I mean, I think it, like I say, I think it's a waste of money, you know. So I'm not going to test something that um I'm not going to really use anyway. If I'm not going to use it, I'm not going to want to test it. I mean, why test something you're only going to use for that test? You know, to test the product, and you're never going to use it again. You're just going to toss it in a drawer or a box. You know. So that's not doing the company any good to, you know, not, you know, for something that you're not going to use, you know. Now, I did test the Art Dot Putty out. They asked me to test that out. I think that was last year sometime. But I found other putties I like using since then. But I do still go back and use it every now and then, you know. But with putties and waxes, you know, there's so many out there, you know, that we can rotate through. And I do. I rotate through using ones. Like I have pins that have Nix's putty in it. I have pins that have Black Dahlia. I have pins that have Tracy's DP World. Right now, this one has Croatian Morin. So
Yeah, it's in prisms, which you don't look at that.
no.
And this from Well Care.
Oh, your monthly. They send you
Yeah.
that all the time. Um.
Oh, that I just wanted to show you.
Yeah, your the well care when they. It's like a newsletter, I think.
Yeah.
Um.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Look at it.
but So yes, I rotate through, and then sometimes I use one with the diamond arts putty. I got some putty from Snuggy's Crafting Corner that she made. Um, I used that. Let's see, I got Randa's Crafty Corner. I believe I still have a little bit of ribbit stick it from Crashly. Um, um, and I have some museum quick hold putty that I put some color into it. At one point, I have that. I need to actually, um, take that out of the containers I got it in right now and flatten it between some release paper and then put that in some baggies. Um, but, you know, we all have those favorites that we use a lot. So I have all my putties in little boxes up here, plastic containers up here, little storage box container boxes. Um, and I can just easily grab it and thumb through them and pick the one I want. Um, you know, so it's really cool. You know, I need to redo some of my. I need to reorganize in here a little bit. Um, kind of wanted to move my desk around, but I don't think it's going to work the way I want. With my bed the way where it is. Don't know. But anyway, Let's see. Oh, we're just at not quite an hour and a half. Okay. So we may be able to push this to almost 2 hours, if not over 2 hours. I'm going to try, I think, to finish this section on live. I've not really got that many more colors in this section, so. But anyway. So like I say, I'll probably finish this section. Jump off the live, go eat. And then I'll probably work on some of my Alice in Wonderland canvas. That way I can get progress pictures for the week for the events. For Get Your Weird On, for Ticket to Ride, Mermaids and Magic. You're the Horse. Like I said, I don't actually I can work on it some more over the weekend and more progress bit for that, because I don't have to push. I've still got a week or two before I need to actually get my post in for that, for the month of March. Because we do monthly progress pics for that. So yeah. I actually may pull an all-nighter tonight and work on Alice in Wonderland as well. Try to get that top row finished out. We'll see. What I might do is eat and then take a nap and then get up and work. We'll see. It's usually what I do after I eat tacos anyway. I usually could take a nap. This is so good and put you in a food coma. I'm on live. I'm live. I'll talk to her in a little while. Yeah. I'll talk to her in a little bit. But yeah, so those are my plans. Probably do a late night diamond painting session. What? So yeah, so I gotta do some more on Woodsy Witch as well. I haven't worked on her in a while. So I may pull her back out and work on her this week as well. Um so but so those are the 3 canvases I got going right now. Now next month I will be working a 4th canvas because it is diamonds in the rough, and I'm doing the whip detox, so I'm trying not to kit up. I'm trying not to kit up too many canvases. But this one was already in the works before I knew about the whip detox. So this canvas is a exception to the whip detox. But as for the events going on throughout the, there may be one more exception that I have to kit up. But anyway, that's only if my one canvas won't work for an event in May. But I'm thinking it may. I don't know. I have to reach out to the host of that event and ask if it qualifies for that event. So I know it qualifies for a couple other events that I'm doing, but in May. But I don't know if it'll qualify for the one. So, but anywho, so yeah. So I need to actually sit down and get my events for April, my Word doc for that done up. I know I got the one already, the one I was doing for this month has already been put up. So I got to do April's and then go from there. I think I'm only doing 2 or 3 events in April. I'm doing, of course, Mia's year-long cat event, which is just a paint along. Cats, You're the Horse. I know Adam from Sparkly Diamonds. He's got his Alice in Wonderland event in April. I'll be doing Diamonds in the Rough. And I want to say Splish Splash Spring Bash. Tia, I think Tia does that. Is that April? I think that's in April. I missed a couple of years over here. I believe it's April. So I have to sit down and get all that straight out. And for most of the events, I can use the canvases I'm already working on. So, except for Diamonds in the Rough, like I say, I already have a special canvas for that one. I kitted that up in Tuesday's live. Yeah, I kitted that up in Tuesday's live. For that, so that one's ready and ripping to go. So we'll get that going, starting April. I can't wait to start that. That's a Bella Art Day Nicole canvas from, I believe it's by Mystic Scribbles. It is called Sir Guinea Pig. So it is a guinea pig in a suit of armor. So I'm going to do that for Diamonds in the Rough. I'm not doing, I'm still doing events, but I'm not doing as many events as I used to. Just, where I'm doing these large canvases, I'm doing events that those fit into. So some of them, the events they don't fit into, but and I think Sir Guinea Pig's going to work up pretty fast. It looks like it has a lot of color blocking, which is not bad, so that'd be cool. It'll work up pretty quick. So I probably can do larger sections at a time, like I say, with this one in the Alice in Wonderland, I'm taking my time doing them because I'm stretching them out for multiple events that I don't need a new start for. So now, Diamonds in the Rough, has to be a new start. So, but I had already made plans of what I was doing for Diamonds in the Rough, so that's good. Okay. need to actually reach out to a couple people about the stuff that I want that I've not received yet. So I need to do that. I guess I need to do that in a little bit. Okay, that's all the apps. Oh, but anyway. Watch, I'll put them away and one to pop up. I swear, this happens all... What did I just say? It happens every time. I swear. But anywho. The arrows going that way, so that's number 10. Oh my gosh. So we're almost done this section, so you can see some more of the roof of the cottage is coming out. Which is pretty neat. The only thing I hate about this 6-foot shirt is the width and the depth of it. Like, because sometimes it doesn't want to pick up the drills right. But sometimes you have to go in it on that angle to pick them up. You know, and you get used to doing that after a while and it becomes muscle memory. So. Excuse me, guys. I have an itch in my throat and I don't know why. Because I have enough putty in there. I don't know why it wants to do like that. If I put any more putty in, it's going to overflow. And that's the other thing too, is you get used to knowing exactly when you stab putty, how much putty you need in a placer. Um, you know, we're all guilty of when we first started diamond painting of overloading our placers. You know, so a lot of times I'll put less than I think I need. You know, because I can always stab a second time. You know, if I think I need more. But it also depends on how thick your putty is when you stab it. Or your glue, or wax, or whatever they want to call it. I call it glue. But and the pink and whatever that comes with the kit. Because it's not wax. And I'll tell you why. I have tried to set it on fire and melt it, and it will not melt. I don't know what that stuff is made of, but it will not melt. And I'm talking about the standard pink wax, blue wax, whatever color. Some companies do pink, some do purple, some do blue. That comes with your kit. Yeah, that I've tried to fire. It will not burn or melt. I'm kind of scared to want you to know what it even is, because if it doesn't burn or melt, what is it? You know, it's weird. You know, so because I have some wax bars that, you know, from a couple different companies, or little tins of wax, that when it gets to the point where I can't really scrape it right, I hit it with my heat gun and I melt it down. You know, so I can reuse it, you know, some more to try to get my money's worth out of it. You know, most people are going to do that. And I got the curiosity one day to try to see if I could do it with if the pink wax would melt with the heat gun and everything, and it wouldn't. And then I tried to hit it with the flame, and yeah, it wouldn't even melt with a flame. So, you know, it makes you curious. What is that stuff made of? You know? Makes you wonder, is it non-toxic? You know, is it safe? You know, now I'm curious, you know, is it safe to be even using if you can't melt it? I mean, it says it's wax, you know, wax melts. So, okay, why isn't this melting? You know? But I digress. With that. You know, I don't even use it. I have so much of that pink wax. I could probably wallpaper a wall with it. Because you think every canvas you get, no matter what company it comes from, you get that wax, the little pad of that wax, either heart shape, round, or the squares. You know, it all just depends on the company, you know, what they send. And you think you get sometimes, some of them you get 2 or 3 pieces of it. Others, I think like Dreamer gives you 4 or 5 of theirs, and You know, you get with all your diamond art clubs, you get one or two of the hearts with it. You know, now I do use my dreamers, and I do use my diamond art club hearts wax a lot. Which I got some of that here, and I got some of the white wax that goes into twist pins, and some of their putty that goes into twist pins. Now I'll use this sometimes, like if I don't want to use my regular putty when I'm doing ABs, but I still use my lily pads from Tracy's DP World. I've had to replace my sponges, but what I did is I went online and found compressed sponges. So these are little flat sponges, and once you add water to them, you know, of course they puff up. So I just cut a couple circles, cut a piece off, cut circles out, and put in my 3 lily pads. I had to replace my sponges because my sponges had gotten to the point that, you know, they needed to be replaced. And I missed one of those, of course. So, and I still got tons of sponge left. I think it was like 10 sponges in there. So that, you know, I have plenty of you know, replacements, you know, for it. So, which is pretty cool. Okay. 48. So don't need that whole thing. So just got these 9s in the corner to do. But yeah, so that's how I did that. I replaced those. I love using the lily pad to do ABs because I don't have to switch pins. I can just use the same pin I've been using. Why won't that go down? So I don't have to change my pin. And, you know, get wet, you know, whatever. You know, they say the art dot putty is actually supposed to be good for picking up ABs, but I've noticed no matter what putty you use, even if it says it's good for ABs, it still pulls a little bit of the coating off. You know, so, and I don't think that can be helped. You know, I just think it's just how it has to be, you know. So, even wax will pull the coating off of an AB as well, a little bit. But so yeah, so we'll be able to finish this one online today, on live. Okay, so when I have some that don't wanna have extra. Of course, I spilled them all over the canvas, but thank gosh they were in an area where I just had barely enough to go in another container of this, so that's why this one's a little fuller than I normally would fill a container. So but it was easier than putting like I'd say 10, 15 drills in a another container. So. 13. And of course, I see 2 of those freaking actually 3 of these. I don't know if anybody else is like that. If you see something you missed, you know you completed, you know you did that color and you know everything. I have to go back and immediately grab that color and fix the one I missed. You know, just if not, it bugs my mind. Knowing there's 1 there or 2 there or whatever that I missed. But it is what it is. You know, we all have our own ways of diamond painting and what works for us and the way we do things. And, you know, like if the canvas is 30 by 40 or smaller, I work bottom right to left to top. And if it's bigger than 40 by 4, if it's 40 by 40 and bigger, or no, 40 by 40 and smaller, I go bottom right to left and to top. If it's bigger than a 40 by 50, 40 by 50 or larger, I go, or anything larger than a 40 by 40, basically, I go top left to right and bottom, you know, so I work down. You know, I know some people, they just pick a spot and start, you know, but that's just how I work. And I think the going to the left to the right is because of where I'm right-handed. It's easier for me to start that way. You know, now for somebody else, it might be easier for them to start left to right, you know, or right to left. I mean, you know, so it's a preference, you know, it's a personal preference for you of, you know, why won't you let go? Thank you. Of how you want to work. So, and there's no right or wrong way to do it. I mean, it's just that's how it works for you. Now, some people flip their canvas. I have flipped canvases before, but it's not something I do a lot of because it just my dyslexia doesn't allow that. You know, so it's hard for me if I flip a canvas. Sometimes it can be hard to understand the symbols. Now, I'll tell you a trick that somebody said though. If you flip your canvases, so say you flip your canvas, your canvas is going right now. This is going the right way, and I was to say this is the canvas, so this is the way the canvas is going, but yet I flip it this way. So I would actually flip my drills storage over here the same way, because then you'll see in the symbol on your bottles is the same way you're seeing the symbol on your canvas. So, and then if you flip it again, you'd flip them again, you know, and so on and so on. But for me, my mind doesn't always comprehend that. You know, that I flipped the canvas was flipped, and you know, the drills are flipped as well. So it's just easier for me to work on it, you know, with the drill field going the way the picture's supposed to. But, you know, like I say, it's no right or wrong way. It's whatever works for you, you know. And then some people, you know, they work out of the baggies. I can't work out of the baggies. I've tried. That just drives me insane. But also some people, when they are kitting up, they put like all the letter symbols go, you know, together, all the numbers, and then they organize the other symbols, you know, in different ways in their storage. I have to kit up the way it's on the schematic. So I kit up basically in DMC order, on like it is on the schematic. So, but then, like I say, then again, that's what works for me. But what works for me may not work for someone else. But you know, you can see a concept of how someone does something, and you like that, but you're like, okay, that's not going to really work for me. You can take an idea and twist it and finagle it and make it work for you the way, you know, you need to. So that's how I, you know, like when I was doing polymer clay, there was a technique everybody used to make these leaves, these beautiful leaves. Well, the technique really didn't work for me, but I found my own way. I found a workaround for me that I got the same end result as everybody else. So, you know, but like I say, you got to, you know, you find ways of doing things that, you know, work for what your needs are. So we don't really have a lot left to do, guys. Just like the roof of the house and some up here in the tree area. And I'm thinking these are pine trees. These are looking like pine trees to me. So, and actually, we don't have we don't have mountains on this side of Maryland, where I'm at. But on the other side of Maryland, Western Shore, they do have some mountains over there. And but pine trees, we have a gazillion pine trees around here. They're called loblollies, and yeah, they could be a menace, actually, with all their pollen and stuff they put out. Oh my God. They put out some bad pollen, and they do it multiple times throughout the season too. You know, it is what it is, I guess. So, but yeah, so like I say, you gotta just, you know, figure out what works for you. You know, like sometimes I can work on the desk flat, and then sometimes I have to use the easel. But one thing I will tell you, a light pad is a game changer. I'm telling you, a light pad is a game changer. Hold on. I wasn't able. Use a wet cloth and wipe my face. I found sometimes for me using a cool cloth on my wipe my face, it actually wakes you up a little bit. So it is a good, it refreshes your face and gives you a freshness to your face and a coolness that kind of helps wake you up. Or at least it does for me. But I'm not normal. What is normal anyway? 44. And another thing I do too is when I'm working with a color out of my bottles or my tray, my 28 grit storage, I always leave the bottle open and I sit it on the canvas or somewhere close to my drills, my other drills. That way I know that's the color I'm working right now. So I don't mix them up. Just a little handy tip. I found it really works. Because I've done that before and I've closed the bottle and for the color for what I'm working on. And especially if I don't pour all the drills out of the bottle, you can get mixed up. So especially when you have similar colors. You know, because there are some shades that it's like, what's the difference between, and you got to look. It's a very slight difference in the shade. So. It is what it is. Oh, it's all still like. Alright, so we're just over 2 hours, and I got like maybe 4 or 5 colors left to go. So we will finish this on the live, this section on live today. Yeah, it is what it is, I guess. I've pretty much been the whole, here by myself, but oh well. We got 3 colors to do. 2 more colors, and then I am out of here for today. The last color in this section. And the last drill in that section just went in. So that's the section we finished up today. So that looks cute. That looks really good. So I got 2 more sections in this row. I'll work on them over the weekend. But I'm done. I'm done for the day. Tray away. And put my pen away. So that is that section done. I can put my drills away. And get the drills put away. I figure out find that one pothole. That one's too tall. Set away. And the other half of them put away. Yeah, this kit actually has 53 colors in it. Like I say, it's a 93 by 70. So next time I work on this one, I'll probably be on the next row. So until then, everybody, hugs, love. I will catch everybody around in other lives this week. And over the weekend. So until then, I hope everybody has a good day, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Good morning. Because I know some of y'all out there are already in your Friday mornings. So Until then, bye y'all.